More information is coming out about the district attorney, Fani Willis. And as time goes on, there's going to be more information coming out. They're saying now that the lead prosecutor that she hired to investigate and to prosecute Trump's case paid for plane tickets for her to go on vacation, allegedly. I'm about to play this video, from CNN of her saying that she's trying to make it like they don't want a black person to be in position. This is what she's trying to make it seem like. But she came in there like she's doing no wrong, like she's never done no wrong. You always got to pay attention to these people that are in position. You always got to pay attention to these people that are in position, because they are most likely to do some things that they shouldn't do because they feel they have a different level of power. But the information is coming out. You can't trust these people. The game is rigged to benefit them. And I want y'all to check this out right here.
I ain't done, y'all.
There is now a full-on battle between Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and the wife of Willis's top prosecutor in the Georgia election case against Trump. The back and forth in the divorce proceedings is threatening to shake up the case.
The black man I chose has been a judge more than 10 years.
Fani Willis is facing allegations she had an affair with Nathan Wade, something she has not addressed. Instead, she has defended naming him as special prosecutor in November 2021, one day after he filed for divorce from his wife.
Is it that some will never see a black man as qualified, no matter his achievements?
Now there is a swirl of tension to try to get to the bottom of this alleged affair. New court filings from Wade's wife show Nathan Wade bought tickets for Willis to accompany him on at least 2 out-of-state trips. Copies of credit card statements show Wade purchased airline tickets for himself and Willis, including for trips to Miami in October 2022 and San Francisco in April 2023. Jocelyn Wade saying in the filing that her attorneys want to depose Willis in the divorce proceedings to determine details surrounding her romantic affair with Nathan Wade, as there appears to be no reasonable explanation for their travels apart from a romantic relationship. Willis is trying to stop the questioning, saying it's being used to harass and damage her professional reputation and is obstructing and interfering with an ongoing criminal prosecution. This exploded in the public eye earlier this month when one of the defendants in the Georgia election subversion case, Mike Roman, a former Trump campaign official, moved to disqualify Willis, alleging she had an improper relationship with Wade. Roman alleges Wade was paid more than others in Willis's office and used money he billed for his work, so far adding up to more than $650,000, to take Willis on romantic and lavish vacations. Roman has not provided any public proof for the accusations, but Trump's lawyer says this is another reason the case should be tossed.
This case is tainted from the start. Never mind all the other things that we're seeing come out that show absolute corruption. It's all planned. It's election interference.
The judge overseeing the Georgia election case has now set a February 15th hearing to consider whether Willis and Wade should be disqualified from the case. Willis has defended her prosecution team and said they have all been paid the same.
I appointed 3 special counsel, as is my right to do. Paid them all the same hourly rate. They only attacked one.
And the fallout from all of this is escalating tonight. That Fulton County Commissioner sending that letter to Fani Willis, Aaron, saying he is launching that inquiry into those allegations that she misused county funds. He says there's all this question about whether the money that her office paid Nathan Wade was then used for Willis's own gain, mentioning those trips that the two allegedly took together. And the commissioner right now is demanding that Willis hand over various contracts, invoices, and payments. You know, Aaron, our team has reached out to Fani Willis for comment, but we haven't heard back.
Oh, man.
It's two things a young man want to be.
This is what I want y'all to pay attention to. You see how she's in a situation, right? And she doesn't want to speak out. She doesn't want to respond at all to the allegations. And she doesn't feel that she has to respond to the allegations. I want y'all to pay attention to that. She's saying nothing. Nothing at all. It's the games they play. She's trying to stop the information from getting out to the public about any correspondence that her and the prosecutor had, because she's saying that it's going to taint the case that she has against Trump. She doesn't want the truth out. This is their game. In their game, she understands that I don't have to say anything. I'm going to play the game I want to play. But she has to answer to the judge. Now, excuse me. When she goes in front of this judge, she's going to have to answer. She's going to have to explain these records. Why did the prosecutor buy you these plane tickets? And they said more than once that they went on vacation together. She's going to have to explain that. And then when they get warrants to go into the documents and the records, and it's not what she said, it's going to be used against her to fry it. You got human beings, right, pulling at other human beings in this game of life like they don't make any mistakes. Like they never did anything wrong. Like they're currently doing everything by the book. And these is what's presented to the public. When she came out to the public about these different cases, she was saying it with authority, how she was upholding the law in Fulton County, and that anybody doing crimes in Fulton County was going to have to answer for that, and that they were going to pay. But she knows that she wasn't supposed to have that kind of relationship with the prosecutor, but she didn't care, because she never expected for somebody that was next to them to question this stuff. And this is what happens with the people in the world. When the people in the world have to deal with these people, you don't have the right to question what's going on inside of their world. That's why they deal with the citizens as the way they want to deal with them. You don't have the right to question their authority. But when you get somebody on their level that knows how to play their game and gets to dig inside of what's going on in their world, when they know it's corruption going on in their world, that's when it's a surprise. That's when you get answers. And you're going to see more stuff coming out about this situation. Because every day they're going to be going at her. They put her in position to go at certain people. And now people are going to be going at her. So everything better be right. If it's not right, which we can see, it's a lot of funny information, and she's not speaking out on it because she knows the law. The citizens don't know the law. You never try to justify anything to the public or to anyone about anything they ask you about something criminal. And she knows that because she knows this could be a criminal situation, which it looks like. So she's not going to address the public. But the average person in the world doesn't understand that. And when they get in a situation, whether they're right or wrong, when you start explaining yourself, people start interpreting it the way they want to. They start making it the way they want it to be. So if she's right or if she's wrong, pay attention that she's not saying anything. We're going to find out through the courts. But it's just very odd that she wants to keep everything sealed. When they play that game, they know that it's some information that's going to get out. And they expect the people not to understand that because it's their game. You got to pay attention to their game. They think that the citizens don't have the ability to see what's going on in that world. Because you didn't go to school for law as they did. The citizens put so much trust in these people to do their job. But sometimes they take things and do things the way they want to do and really don't do the job that they're supposed to do. But you won't notice unless you're inside of their camp, unless you had experience dealing with these people. They're going to play their game. But as you pay attention to what's going on, more and more stuff is coming out. I wonder, do y'all think she had a personal relationship with the prosecutor? Do y'all think she's hiding something? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. And share this video. And hit that like button. Because this information needs to get out there. Because when you look at the criminal justice system, you look at it like they're doing justice for the world. When a lot of these people are doing what they want to fill the voice of themselves, to stroke their own ego, because you're dealing with other human beings. And it's a type of power struggle with those people when they feel that they can do what they want to other human beings. This game was designed to control and manipulate the mind. And if you haven't been through that situation, you might not understand. It's their world. And she thinks that we don't understand it. I wonder how she would feel when the information comes out and it's proven that she did things wrong and she is disqualified. And she loses her job. When you put a person in position, they get cocky. They feel that they can do whatever they want to whoever they want. And we all see it, but some just don't understand it. I just want the truth to come out. And if the truth is that she violated the codes that she have to abide by, I'm going to talk about that again because I know that's what they do. They can make mistakes and they don't want you to look at it in a bad way. Or they can do wrong and they don't want you to look at it as if they did wrong. They want you to forgive them, move on. But if the citizens make a mistake or do something wrong, they want to publicize you to the whole world, talk negative about you. They want to tear you down, make you lose everything you worked for, and don't care. But they appoint these people to do things like this to keep the balance off in the world. This is not keeping no structure in the world. This is keeping chaos. You got the people that's trying to enforce the law, breaking the law. But they continue to put these people in position like they don't do no wrong. I have some other things that I'm going to come out with later about some situations that I have at hand. And I'm not going to go at them right now, but I'm going to come out about the situations that I have at hand. And I'm going to go to the news and I'm going to talk about some things because this is what they do all over the world. But if you don't have the ability to make it bigger, nobody really knows. If this wasn't publicized to the world, a lot of people wouldn't know what's going on with her situation. These things are going on in all these offices across the world. Things are going across the whole world that you see right here. If you look at the beginning of the video, you'll see her on there trying to say, oh, they just trying to take the black person down. No, when you put a person in position, they are going to abuse their power. That's the design of life. And paint this image like they would never do nothing like that. I'm also going to talk about today, right? It was a guy that was convicted of a rape at 23, and he did 7 years in jail, and he is 72 years old now. And he just got exonerated. So he was called a rapist for 48 years and he didn't rape nobody. This is what I want to explain to you about their system. They're just trying to get convictions, whether they're right or whether they're wrong. They painted the man to the public as if he was a rapist. The man served 7 years in jail, and at 72 years old, it comes out that the DNA didn't match to him. So now he's no longer a rapist at 72. How much more time of life does he have left? How much more time of life does he have left when his whole entire life, to everybody that came in contact with him, all his family members, anybody in his neighborhood, everybody looked at this man as he was a rapist? But I'm sure that the prosecutors had some type of doubt in their mind that this man didn't commit the crime. But their ego, just to get a conviction, they'll withhold evidence because they don't care. They're trying to get a conviction. This is the game that's played. And I'm going to look it up in a second so I can find that. I really got to find that because I want to show you the man was excited that he was exonerated at 72. And he said, my whole entire life, I was called a rapist, man. And I was looked at as a rapist when I know I didn't rape nobody. And I served 7 years in jail. And this is happening all over the world, man. But when they put you in the newspaper and they express to the news that you did this crime, the public automatically takes that image and say you did it. Like these people don't do no wrong. And they don't care because they doing a job. This is the design of our justice system. But it ain't no fun when the eye is on them. Then they want to turn it around like you want to tear every black man down or you don't want a black person to shine. That's what it gets turned into. But the man that they convicted of the rape that did 7 years in jail, and now at 72 he's exonerated, he was black. But they say something light about that and just let it go. This man's whole entire life, everybody looked at him as a rapist. How foul is that? The people that prosecuted him are probably dead by now. They didn't care. They had a job to do. You entered their game. Why would they care? He suffered. He went to jail. He was talked about. His whole life was ruined. And you don't get time back. You don't get another shot at that. You really think they care? No. And in the video I seen, the new prosecutor and the judge, they felt some type of sympathy because the man was older than the prosecutor and the judge. And his whole entire life, he was looked at as a rapist. Ain't that fucked up? But when you going through that situation and you know you didn't do it, and you explain it like, I didn't do this, they don't want to hear that because they got a job to do. Right or wrong, this is business. It might can get personal, but it's business. When you go to jail, the jail makes money. The prosecutor gets paid. His reputation or her reputation grows. They keep record of all the cases that they get convictions on. Each area, whatever area it is, how many rape cases you got convictions, how many drug cases, how many robberies, how many thefts, how many abuse. They keep record of this stuff. And they celebrate it amongst each other. They celebrate amongst each other, high-fiving hands. And it's people that they done destroyed for their ill intent, just for numbers and their accolades as of who they put in jail. It's their game. And they don't care. Not one bit. But I'm going to find this video and I'll be right back.
Fascinating story, guys, and a true...
All right, I found it. So, and I'm about to play the video and let y'all see the news clipping of the guy that did 7 years in jail. And after 48 years, he was exonerated, man, because the DNA wasn't his. And he expressed over and over that he didn't commit the crime. I bet y'all wouldn't understand how that man felt. His whole entire life being called a rapist, and he know he didn't rape nobody.
Fascinating story, guys, and a truly emotional day at court. Leonard Mack already served his hard time in Sing Sing prison for a crime he never committed, but the conviction was still hanging over his head, affecting so many aspects of his life. Well, new DNA evidence proved his innocence, and today his conviction was vacated almost half a century later.
I'm walking after 48 years. I'm walking out a free man.
Overcome with emotion, Leonard Mack released almost 50 years of tears in Westchester County Court. His 1976 rape conviction finally vacated. He spent 7 years behind bars for a crime he never committed. DNA evidence proved his innocence. Now his record is clean.
When this crime happened, I was 23 years old. Today I turned 72 years old.
It was back in 1975. Two teenage girls walking home from school in a wooded area of Greenburgh were bound by a man who followed them. One of the girls was raped, and the suspect fled. Mack was arrested and convicted largely on the fact that he fit a vague description: a black man wearing a hat with an earring. Although Mack was seen by 3 people that day, which would have made it impossible for him to be at the crime scene, he was convicted and served 7 years in Sing Sing prison. After serving his time, he moved to South Carolina, but the conviction haunted him.
48 long years. I walked around society being labeled a rapist when I know I didn't do it.
His case was championed by lawyers from the Innocence Project. It is the longest wrongful conviction ever vacated from DNA evidence. After exonerating him in court, the judge asked for a hug. The Westchester County prosecutor apologized for the wrongful conviction. If this wasn't enough, it all comes on his 72nd birthday.
It's a gift that I'll always remember. And as I've told everybody, it's been a long fight.
Walking out of Westchester County Court, Leonard Mack's tears were gone, replaced by a boundless joy, 48 years in the making.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty, I'm free!
And that there is deep.
Hard time and
right
sings.
there. That's deep. The man walked around for years being labeled a rapist, and he didn't do it. There's many people in the world that been in situations like this. There's many people that's in jail that didn't commit the crime. But didn't nobody believe him? What does a person do when they are a victim of these circumstances? It's a rough situation, man. Let me know what y'all think about that situation there, man. Let me know what y'all think about Fani Willis if she had a relationship with the guy. Let me know what you think about my man and him being a convicted rapist for 48 years and then being exonerated. Crazy. It could be anybody. But it's their game, man. Leave a comment, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Share this video. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back now.